Hey there, I'm Soumya, welcome to this video, and in this video we're going to talk about the cool kid in the town now, that is Github Copilot. And it was released I guess in the last Tuesday, and since then it has been getting some pushbacks, getting lots of love and people embracing it, some people not liking it, hating it, and everything that happens to a really good and new thing. So as all the cool kids were talking about it, I thought, you know what, let's just shed some of my opinions on this, and I just started making this video. Nah, I'm just kidding, I'm just being a nerd and talking about a software. So jokes aside, after watching this video, you will know what is actually GitHub Copilot, who made it, how does it work, and the most important question that is trending nowadays, that should as a programmer you be worried about this thing. So before we get into this video, do smash that subscribe button, that means a lot to me, and without further ado, let's get into it. Well, what is GitHub Copilot? So according to CEO of GitHub, Nat Friedman, it is actually a new AI pair programmer that helps you write better code. So this is actually an extension that you can install like any extension you install in your VScode or Visual Code, and when you are working, it will just gather the context of what you are writing or what code you're working on, and according to that, it will suggest starting from just a line of code to an entire function. You must have seen different editors suggest you just the next words, or probably even the next line, or even the next two lines, but not a whole function. It suggests different ways to solve a problem without you needing to get out of your editor and do that typical process of searching, googling, and just going through Stack Overflow and stuff. It just gives you all that relevant code as options to just choose from in your editor. And if you have been watching those cool demos, you must have seen how powerful it is and how insanely accurate it is. And not only that, according to GitHub, it also adapts itself according to the code you write, so that it understands what you're working on and it will give it suggestions according to that, so your work will be completed faster. And all these powerful features together just makes it really different from all those predictors out there. Now you must be wondering, if it's that powerful, now there must be some great resources behind it, and you are totally right. It is a product of the $1 billion investment that Microsoft once made into OpenAI, and due to that, it can enjoy some exclusive benefits of the state-of-the-art AI model on this world right now, that is GPT-3. And that is generative pre-trained transformer. So as Microsoft owns GitHub, now Copilot is a product of the collaboration between GitHub and OpenAI, and specifically OpenAI's Codex algorithm. Well, what is that? Let me tell you that. So it is a new AI system built by OpenAI, which has a broad knowledge of how humans use and write code, so that it can be really good as compared to the GPT-3 code generation. And why they say that it is really better than GPT-3 code generation thing, it's because the GPT-3, if you had seen those viral videos creating small elements of a website from just a prompt, if you had gotten into the beta access, you will not be that surprised by it, because it is not that good. I had gotten the beta access and I've tried a lot of things. You'll see that this is not as good as you just see on the internet, because it fails at doing a lot of things, and that is what they are really saying, because it was not trained on really core programming principles, and just whole data was not programming. But with Codex, this is different. This has been trained of tons of data from the public source code that is just available on GitHub itself, and probably sites like Stack Overflow, not, I don't know, but obviously from GitHub. So it is just really powerful, because it is just hitting a niche environment, right? That is programming, and it's been trained on tons of data on just that one thing, so it just really knows what it's doing, as compared to GPT-3, which has been trained on lots of data, and from which just programming was just a part of the data. So that's why OpenAI's Codex algorithm is the thing behind this GitHub Copilot, which is running it just on a very different level. Well, now let's see how does this thing work. Okay, so the Codex is trained on tons of data pulled from GitHub and various public code sites like probably Stack Overflow, and I'm not sure of that, but I'm telling this because I've seen demos where the suggestion is the first answer of the Stack Overflow answer. And recently Stack Overflow was also sold at 1.8 billion to Prosus, and like that's a sauce, like just before the release of GitHub Copilot. No, I'm just kidding. or not. But technically speaking, this is how it works. You write a comment or a function telling what to do, or the prompt in the system what to do, and the extension just sends that prompt back to the GitHub Copilot services, which in turn uses the Codex algorithm of OpenAI and just synthesizes, and mark this, I'm telling synthesizes, not predicts, and eventually suggests you back. And the best thing is that it not just suggests just one thing, it suggests many different alternatives, so you can choose from, well, what more fits to your needs. And I say synthesize, not just predict, because it does not provide you just simple trivial auto completion that most of the products in the market currently do. Instead, it provides you customized or tailored suggestions according to your ask. Well, now let's talk about the most important thing probably for which you clicked on this video, that is, should you as a programmer be worried about this thing replacing you, right? If you have ever used GPT-3 or this Copilot, you obviously know that this is not going to replace you in any way, but it will definitely be a great partner, and that is what it is being branded as by GitHub. It is a pair programmer, not a programmer, as it still makes really silly mistakes, and sometimes you just don't understand what it is trying to suggest to you, and which is kind of a caveat in every new tech, and especially in case of AI. Like, this is to be expected because it is at its current early stage, and we're gonna make it perfect in the future. But nowadays you'll see people talking about that this is just a thing of billion-dollar companies, they're trying to replace the programmers by using AI and stuff. But if you see the history of GitHub, everything it has been doing is for developers. Because since the past year, if you have followed GitHub on Twitter or somewhere, you'll see it has been just continuously releasing some great features which are being loved by developers everywhere, right? So this Copilot, according to me, GitHub Copilot is something that is just a very big leap in that step, that is to increase the efficiency of developers as much as possible, and using AI is the best thing to do it. Well, let's just think it logically. So what do you think is the most common pattern that every programmer follows, right? So first we have to implement a feature, and obviously as programmers we know the rules of programming, and obviously with some thinking we know how to do it, but as humans we don't remember the exact code to do it every time. So we just do a simple Google search and go through some Stack Overflow pages, and just after some time we just know, well, this is what I need to do, and we just do it, right? Well, if that's the problem, then the most obvious thing to do is that to bring the code to the developer himself, and not just let the developer go around the world and searching for it and just waste time, energy, everything. You must have known the headache of searching something on internet for hours, right? And if we could remove that using something, that would be really great, right? And that is what is happening with Copilot, and it is a really great thing. And that's why it is being branded as a pair programmer, not a programmer. It is because it is not that good enough to program itself. It needs the creativity of humans. So what I believe is that we need each other to grow, and we can give it our creativity, correct it when it is going wrong, and it can give us its fastness and accuracy of the AI it is using. So when these two things combine, obviously the productivity and everything goes high, and I believe that's the goal of Copilot. So the conclusion is that this is a great tool that will just increase your efficiency like 100x, and obviously this is not going to replace you in any way. So yeah, that was the video, and just do let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of this, what are your views on this? And I'll also have written a blog on this, and you can find the link in the description below. You can find my Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere. You can just share and tag me on Twitter with this video. That would be really cool. And obviously if you have loved this video and watched till now, do smash that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have a great day and stay safe.